Hi, I'm Zach with CoreXL. Today I'm going to show you the top 3 shoulder exercises that I use to fix my clients. But before we do, I'm going to show you a testimonial from one of my athletes.
He had a surgery, he had a labrum tear and just chronic shoulder pain. No pain at all.
Yeah, so what I did was back in college, I tore my labrum. I had a couple bone spurs, had a couple anchors put in. So ever since that surgery about 20 years ago, I just couldn't get back to my normal self, no matter how much PT I did. I had no strength in my shoulder. I had no
And you
stability.
did all like those regular rotator cuff exercises.
Well, we did everything. I tried everything imaginable. I just couldn't get back to where I wanted to be.
Once we started using the key exercises that we're going to show today, how long did it take for you to start feeling better and being able to get back into lifting?
So I started feeling better after every single week after doing it, but about 4 total weeks.
All right, so now we're going to take you through the top 3 exercises that I used with them in order to fix their shoulder.
All right, first exercise, we call this torches. So what you want to do is you want to get your body straight. You want to bring your top leg and overlap it to your bottom leg so your hips pointed somewhat down.
So he's going to take a little bit of an angle here.
I'm going to come up.
So he's only coming up to, go ahead, back down. He's staying right, he's only coming up to the top of his forehead. He's not going too far back. See that? And see the angle of his arm here. See how it stays nice and see how it stays in front of the shoulder a little bit? Go ahead, up and down. Just like that. And he can be a little bit straighter there. And talk about just what this did for you.
So what this did, this really started opening up my shoulder and started just like fixing things in there and making everything so much stronger.
So the reason this works too is because we're not focused on, if you do a lot of reverse flies and stuff like that, because this appears like when you're on the bench doing that, but when you're doing those, your rhomboids, okay, your middle traps tend to take over. With this, it's all rear delt and infraspinatus. You're not using those other muscles back there. And he does go into a stretch component once he builds up to a certain weight load. And if you buy into the app, okay, we show you what weight loads you need and kind of how to achieve the next level with these exercises. Go ahead and stretch it back. Show them where you usually get to. Yeah. All right, so what he's going to do is with this one, this hammer cuff, okay, he's hammer shape here, hand, top of the ear line, and he's just rotating back as much as he can, go ahead, without letting this elbow drop past the center line of his body. See how it stays in the center line of his body? Okay, so he's not, go ahead, he's not doing this here, okay? And the hand, just like that, yep. You're just shifting back. He doesn't have that great a range of motion on this side. You really want to be getting back to almost parallel with the wall as you get better and better with this exercise. In all reality, this is where you should be going to without much stress. See how I can get all the way to this position here? That's where you want to be able to do it. They're not doing their exercises enough.
This could be better.
We put a lot of time and energy into these videos, so please like this video, and also if you get a chance, subscribe to our channel. The hammer really, this one here really stretches out. This stretches out more your pec minor, okay, and your subscap, and really concentrates just on the rear delt and infraspinatus, okay? And we're breaking through this whole chain here, okay, by using the strength of the infraspinatus and the rear delt. And when you're doing this, you might just feel more rear delt, okay? Then as you get better at it, you'll start, as this starts loosening up and breaking through, you'll start feeling more of the infraspinatus. And again, if you click on the link in the video, okay, you can see the full video of how to do this, and it also shows you where you need to feel it. And it's just going to give you a better idea of the app.
All right, so this exercise we call field goals. It's just another variation of, shoulder warm-up that we do. So we're gonna bring our hands up, keep our hands a little bit wider than what we would do on a hammer cuff. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back and really get a good stretch.
Back down. So the big difference between, we're trying to get his elbows back, okay, as far as he can when he's doing this, and then he's going to externally rotate. The hammer cuffs here, okay, elbows are along the side of the body, the field goals, or the elbows are going back as far as you can, then you rotate externally. Hammer. And hammer, look, the arms are more into a triangle, okay? The field goals, they're more out here, and you can also go into like a W position as you get the range of motion. And again, if you want to see all the range of motion stuff, click on the details of the video, and we have each one of these exercises broken out of how you'll see it on the app and all the testing and everything. What we're trying to do here is, this is working your rotator cuff, the rear delts, your mid traps, your lower traps, just everything at one time. This is like a postural exercises. And why these exercises are so great is because this is stretching out the anterior delt, okay, your pec minor and your chest at the same time. You're strengthening the weaknesses. So we're correcting the imbalance in the shoulder impingement by stretching out the internal rotators.